Hello everyone, it's Dove again. So I am back out here in my Suboverland, and I'm supposed to be doing polyurethane on the flooring in here, but it's been raining for a couple weeks, or threatening to rain every single day for like 2 weeks. And so this was like my first opportunity to get out here and do this, but I can't really do the flooring in here yet. I wanted to start in here because I need to do like 4 or 5 coats, and so I was just going to use the leftover polyurethane from that to finish out the big pieces that are going to go out here. But I can't really start because we don't have these facing boards up yet, so it's still bare right there. And I do have the new ones here, but I haven't. I guess I should probably just try to do it myself. I didn't want to waste the wood if I screw up another one. He screwed up one and he got mad at it, so my ex is the he. But so we've got new ones, but they have to be cut down to size and attached to the facing before I can polyurethane, because I wanted to do it all at once. And I wanted to show you the wood filler that I got. It was too light of a color, and I did some test patches right here where the drawer and the refrigerator is going to be. So I did it right here so that you couldn't see it if I screwed it up, and sure enough, look at that. And that is after I sanded it, because I applied it and then it, I had to sand down. And so the leftover, can you see how it kind of just went into the grain? And so it's pretty noticeable even after I sand it. I don't like it. And so now I don't know what to do. The floor's creaking underneath me and I'm trying to kill mosquitoes. So I think I might just leave these nail holes exposed and just polyurethane over them. I mean, they're noticeable, but I don't know if that means that's a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know what to do back here, but I don't want to waste more money on wood filler. I can't take this back because I already used it. So, there's a mosquito right now. I put some bug juice on, but they are not listening. They're ignoring the bug juice. I've got my lemonade. It's really hot and humid again. And so I took that one piece out of here, and it's sitting back there on the table. Right there. And then the rest of the plywood is sitting out in the yard on all my other bins and everything. And so it is in the shade right now. And I need to sand it down just a little bit with this, just very lightly, and then I'll have to brush it off and use the tack cloth on it again, and then I'll be able to get the last coat of polyurethane on those. I was just going to use the leftovers from this because I didn't want to run out or anything, but I think, it's a gallon. I'm pretty sure I can do 4 layers and have still, maybe a quarter of a gallon left over to do the final coat on the big pieces. So that's what I'm gonna do next. It's finally all in the shade and everything. It's getting dark. I'll probably maybe do like a time-lapse thing on my iPhone and show you a little bit of that. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, so my neighbors finally went in the house so I can do a little bit of filming. So this is how I have it set up today. I had to move things around a little bit, but still basically the same thing, using a bunch of Rubbermaid bins to act as sawhorses. And this is where I cooked my burgers last night, if you guys watched that video. I had my tarp over it and it was pretty unstable, but it was good enough, I guess. And so we got my big piece out there and another one in the yard. The mosquitoes are really bad. I keep spraying myself, but it's not really working. So hopefully I can get through this without too many bites. So I'm just gonna go over it really lightly with this handy sander and just take some of that raised wood down just a little bit, and then I'll use my tack cloth, use a glove when you handle this stuff because this is really super sticky. But I'll brush it all first. I'll sand it and then brush it, and then I'll tack cloth it, and then I'll get as much polyurethane as I can on tonight. I honestly don't know if I'm gonna have time to do it all, but I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna put you guys on my little time lapse for a little bit. You're not gonna be able to see too much, so I'll probably just do a time lapse of me doing just these boards, because once I get out there, you're not gonna be able to see it because of the way the camera's situated. All right, hold on. Okay, so I just messed up. I pushed record on the iPhone on video and it wasn't on time lapse. So now I have a 9-minute clip of me sanding these boards down and brushing them down and using the tack cloth on them. But I don't want to show you that because that was just tedious work. I was just trying to get a time lapse. So I still have to finish those pieces. So maybe I'll bring the camera out here and try to do that time lapse thing again. Okay, so I think that was enough show and tell on that. Finally, I got the time lapse to work properly. Operator error there. So I didn't tack cloth all of them. I'm going to go ahead and finish that. I still have to do the tack cloth on a couple more pieces and on the big one over there. And then I'm going to start polyurethaning. For this, I've got no odor high traffic formula, and this is what I bought to use on the flooring in the front of the rig. And this is what I'll just use as a final coat because I did the 3X polyurethane. Jeez, I can't talk. I did this first, so that didn't quite handle it, so that's why I'm sanding and redoing everything and giving it one more coat with that. And so hopefully I'll have enough to do all this plus the 4 coats that requires on bare wood. And that over there on the box, that's just one of those spare pieces that I have that I still actually have to do. I've only done one side of the 3X poly, and then this is the other little board, the only one side. That side's done with the 3X poly, so I still have to do that side on both those pieces. And so these 2 small scrap pieces are a little bit behind, but that's okay. So I don't know how much more of it I'll film, but I got to get to work. I'm still trying to dodge all these mosquitoes and everything too. So I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, so that's all I'm going to show for the polyurethaning. You saw that. It was like 30-second time lapse. You can see it's nice and slick on there. And it's been so long since I used regular polyurethane that I forgot how thin it is. This stuff is like water. Like literally. Look at that. That 3X was more like paint. This is just total water consistency. I was not expecting that at all after using 3 cans of the 3X stuff. When I wanted to show you this new brush, it's actually an old brush. It was brand new, but it was sitting in my paint box for a long time. That's my paint box that I keep all my supplies in when I was doing remodeling in the house. And I bought this, but I never used it. And it's nice. I really like it. I wish I had used it the first time with the the 3X instead of that one paintbrush. This is way better. It's a Worcester Journeyman Master nylon polyester, and it's nice. It's not shedding any bristles whatsoever. It's good coverage. It's really big. It's kind of awkward because it's so big, but it gets more done in less time. So, and it's so heavy that it doesn't even want to stick on that little magnet in there. That's a magnet for the paintbrush to stick to. There, maybe I'll do it on the side. Yeah, it holds on the side, but it's not wide enough to hold it on there, but it'll hold it on the side, kind of. That's funny. So, I think that's all I'm going to video. After this dries, I'll let it sit tonight and dry, and then I'll flip everything over and sand the other side and dust it and tack cloth it and do the polyurethane all over again. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, it's not going to rain or anything. And then I'm pretty sure, because this is so thin, that I'm going to have plenty to do 4 or 5 coats on the floor of the Suboverland. So hopefully, if not, I do still have partial can of the 3X that I used on these pieces the first time. So I will talk to you again in another video. Hopefully it will be me being able to do the flooring up front. Bye.